Former Trump lawyer Alan Dershowitz had a pretty interesting reaction to the release, the unsealing of the Epstein files. Take a look.
That might represent some of the worst people in the world and continue to do so. That's my life. All the feminist groups and the radicals who think this is the worst thing in the world, that anybody ever had any contact with Jeffrey Epstein. Where are all those radical feminists when it comes to the Hamas rapes of young Jewish girls, sexual abuse, beheadings? They are quiet. They are silent. The incredible hypocrisy of the Me Too movement. Me Too, except if you're a Jew. And I want to have a list of all the radical feminists who are pushing hard, and I understand that, to get all these names revealed. And I want to know how many of them have ever actually condemned Hamas for the rapes that we now know occurred and the murders that occurred. How many have been silent, and how many, like the National Lawyers Guild, have actually approved of what Hamas did?
Okay, so look, I'm on Epstein's flight list, yes, and in these documents, but what about Hamas? Have you condemned Hamas? Wait, what? What? No, okay, major whataboutism right there. So, I mean, this reaction is unhinged, to say the least. Now, Dershowitz was previously accused in a lawsuit, and these are part of the documents, of being a participant in sex trafficking, okay, connected to Epstein, before his accuser retracted the claim and said that she may have mistaken him for someone else. Furthermore, the documents also point out that Epstein required Jane Doe, number 3, to have sexual relations with Dershowitz on numerous occasions while she was a minor, not only in Florida, but also on private planes in New York, New Mexico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. In addition to being a participant in the abuse of Jane Doe, number 3, and other minors, Dershowitz was an eyewitness to the sexual abuse of many other minors by Epstein and several of Epstein's co-conspirators. So those are pretty serious there, okay? Serious allegations here. Now, in addition to that, let me point out that Dershowitz helped negotiate Alex Acosta's sweetheart deal in Florida that provided Epstein immunity from federal prosecution in the Southern District of Florida. Now, not just for Epstein, but any potential co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein. In fact, Dershowitz, along with other members of Epstein's defense team and the government, tried to keep the immunity provision secret from all of Epstein's victims and the general public. So, I mean, him saying, I represented the worst people. Yes, of course, I did that. It's just part of my job. It's part of my life. Really, it didn't have anything to do with you, with any of these allegations. I mean, you didn't have to go the extra mile and help Alex Acosta get Epstein a sweet, sweet deal that kept him out of federal prison. I mean, my goodness. And then, of course, being able to keep that immunity provision secret from everyone else. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, but you went the extra mile. It kind of makes you wonder why, right? And this reaction, of course, I mean, do you condemn Hamas? It just makes me wonder even more, right? Look, now he says, of course, I only had an innocent relationship with the man I didn't know. Nobody suspected had done anything wrong. No one suspected, except, I represented him and helped him get a super cushy deal to keep him out of federal prison on, again, sex trafficking charges. Come on, I don't believe anything he says. And yet, for some reason, Dershowitz is like, you know what? I want these unsealed. I want everything out. Every document, every piece of paper, half truths or lies, and I want them out for personal reasons because I know they will prove that what I've said from day one, that I did nothing wrong. And now that it's out, suddenly he's like, distraction, radical feminists, Hamas, beheadings, anti-Semitism, look over there, squirrel. The deflection here is quite obvious. And here's the thing. We're not talking about Hamas. What we're talking about is wealthy individuals who allegedly participated in sex crimes against underage girls. And you just happen to be one person who has been accused, not once, but multiple times. I'm just saying, if you think that this deflection is going to change anyone's mind, I got news for you, pal.